Hey, I'm told to make a video about my own country. If I made my own country, what would I do? I'm doing this for a class called Media and Society. And also I've been watching a lot of video blogs, and I want to try one of their techniques and see how it works. So, let's see how this goes. Somehow, by the miracle of God, I got some land in New Zealand. New Zealand? No one gets land in New Zealand! I know, it's weird, but I got stuff in New Zealand. So we decided about 6 people would help to set up laws and be a ruling class, because there has to be a ruling class somehow. There's one person up top, and he's the king. Not really a king, but we call them the king. More of a prince. This is a prince. The prince has 2 advisors. After the 2 advisors, there's 3 more people, and they're the advisors to the 2 advisors to the prince. And then they all are equal, though. They just have to have a chain of command for when things get too heavy. They sit around a round table, and the 5 of them decide certain rules, regulations that coincide with what the people want. Let's say the people want something that the government doesn't. The government can't stop them because they are the rulers of it all. And we do have technology like the internet, cars, planes, trains, automobiles. But we know, since we're people that came from that generation, we know how to use it. We're not disconnected from the world. We're part of the whole globalization. But we've realized what people have done right and what people have done wrong. Technically, we're a democratic republic because it seems to be working what we like so far. So we took the aspects of that, but we put more power to the people. Curtain laws at hand is the release of a curfew. I mean, we'll take any information that you want to give us off the internet. We pretty much all live off the internet in some way or another. Then there's television shows. We don't make our own media. We import it from other countries just to make things a little easier on us. Our export is we're not sure yet, but we're working on it. A bunch of us have some money and we're building stuff, but besides that, we're not really trying to do that. So we're trying to build some form of industry. If not, we'll build some kind of amusement park. I don't know. I think the amusement park idea is a bad idea, but I'm the only one who thinks that. But that's besides the point. In Windonia, there are 3 regions. The northern region, the eastern region, and the western region. This way, each one can have its own bylaws and sub-laws based off of the laws that everyone lives under. They are all represented by one individual, and then these 3 individuals bring it to the round table, and then they're the one half of the round table. The second half is the prince and his 2 advisors. With these 2 advisors, he can make his choices known, and he can discuss them with them to see if he's alone on this issue, or they feel that they agree with him or not. They are open and frank with him completely, and don't always agree with him. The 3 region leaders bring the ideas to the round table. They are discussed, thought about between all 6, and then they vote on it. Everyone gets an equal vote. If the vote is not unanimous, it goes back to the people, and then they are to elaborate on it more, to create it more, why it would be a good reason to have this, or why it's a bad reason to have an old law. This way, the people get more involved. If they're not involved, then what are they doing living in the country if they don't want to be involved? Once the round table finally agrees to pass a law or remove a law, what they do is they bring it to one of the voting sessions that happens every 3 months. There's voting every 3 months if there needs to be. If not, then there's no monthing every 3 period, but in a 3-period session they check to see if anything needs to be changed. In this, everyone votes on what they would like. If they say yes for something or no against something, that is the people's choice. Majority rules. This way it keeps everything organized and more power to the people. With more power to the people, we feel that we'll have a much longer, peaceful government, and will be more helpful to the world this way. Hopefully we can develop something or make something to help the world make it a better place. Basically, that's Windonia, and we'll see in 10 years to see what happens. 10 years later. Oh no, I broke it! Okay, that's not entirely true. I didn't break anything. In fact, I did pretty well. Turns out having a democratic republic where all the people are mostly in charge, oh no, scratch that, entirely in charge, seems to work out pretty well. Poverty, 5%. Education, 100%. Healthcare, full coverage! The point of the matter is, when we were all able to get together and come to find the things that we wanted, we were able to get it to go well. There were some terrible outside influences. We did have a max influx of people trying to join us, but what we did was we teamed up with New Zealand and became Windonia New Zealand Commune, and so now they have the same rules as we do, except now instead of having 5 people at the round table, we actually have one central round table that has 10 people. They have their 5 people, not counting their prince, and then we have our 5 people, not counting our prince, and they meet together, and then we have community laws there, and the princes actually meet together and have conversations from time to time and do their thing. But that's besides the point. We're talking about Windonia. We've had a couple people try to take us over. They thought we were terrorists for a while, but then they realized we're a peaceful country and didn't mean anything bad. Religion's pretty simple. You can do what you want, how you want it, as long as you respect that other people do it and it doesn't go against our laws. Such as, rape, murder, pillaging, stealing. The basics are bad. Besides that, everything's pretty much a go. Yeah, there's a commune of people that just do nothing but make pornographic films because it's cheaper here. But that's the only weird part. But we can't stop them because everything that they're doing is completely legal. On a side note, there actually is a group of people trying to stop them from doing that. But the problem is the mass majority says that it's their choice. They aren't harming anyone and it's completely voluntary. Also shut off from the rest of the group only because there's a lot of people that don't want their children getting into that situation at a young age. The legal age for that kind of thing is 18, such as in other countries, other major countries, but besides that, it's a free will kind of thing. We feel that at 18, everyone is their own person, so they can create their own choices, but you can also vote at 16. You can drive at 16, drink at 18. Certain carcinogenics are legal, but that was the people's choice. They found that marijuana and shrooms were something that wasn't an issue, but again, not everyone's forced to take it. I'm personally not into that thing, but it's what the group decided. The group decided that they wanted something like that, so we let them have it. We've gone through actually 10 princes. Every year it's changed. Okay, scratch that. In the end, our original prince came back this past year, but they don't get to keep the title just because they have the title. Every year there's a new voting system, so if they don't like what's being changed, they can be voted out, and every 3 months during the voting period, they can be voted out. This is helpful just in case someone starts out good and then bad. Also, the regionals, they change about every 3 months, which is good, which creates variety, and they don't have enough time to create any campaign or any groups. There's no left-wing, right-wing, Republican, Democrat. It's all just people trying to represent their section. In the end, I think this went pretty well. Being an egotist, I decided mine would work out, but I think it would with the government that I created. To have the task to make the world a better place is kind of hard. We just do it one step at a time by listening to each other. I hope this would actually have worked. Good night.